In this video, I'm looking at bits of rubbish I've collected for use in crafting. Now, you might think that a lot of what I use is already rubbish, such as cardboard and polystyrene, and you'd be right. But for those, the rubbish is generated from something I've bought, making a lot of it packaging materials. In this video, what I'm looking through is actual rubbish that I've picked up, usually on walks. This has all been washed and disinfected thoroughly before it got this far. First, there are some vehicle parts. This reflector, which could be interesting when used with lights. This wing mirror part, which has some interesting forms. A cycle mudguard with a useful curve. And a broken piece from a car that could be used as panels or in something industrial. Now on to some sweet-related items. The two tubs are useful as tanks. A clear top. And this one, which looks engine or missile related. A simple tube. This slightly dented item that could be industrial or perhaps alchemical. A Tic Tac container. And this, which has a sliding bit. Now some toy pieces. This is a toy that had been lying around for some time before I finally picked it up. The wheels, digger part and chassis are all useful for vehicles. This animal piece. A tyre. Some damaged bits of Lego and a curved tube. Now some electronic or electrical pieces going by the wires. Nothing particularly stand out here, but they could be useful. Two plastic pegs, which I've dismantled. The plastic parts could be used as seats or parts of jet bikes. And the springs could be used to represent springs or surface greebling. Now some lids, of types I don't get myself. A clear measuring lid. This one, which has an interesting shape and looks like it came from a baby's bottle. A couple of pull-out ones. This small bottle. If you've watched crafting videos, there's a good chance you'll have seen this type, which I don't get on anything, but is useful for vents and engines. And finally a crown cap. Now there are some parts of fireworks. These are tubes of different sizes, though the residue may need drilling out. Tubes are always useful as pipes and guns. And a couple of rocket cones, useful as missile cones. Now some pen parts. More tubes, useful as pipes and guns. Ballpoint pen nibs, which look like some kind of bullet or missile. Some other bits and pieces, including more tubular shapes. Cone shapes that could be used as missile cones or engines. A couple of springs and some other parts. Now some metal pieces. This badge, which could be used as a panel. A pretty heavy bolt, which could be industrial. Smaller and similar, a wheel nut. And this piece of plumbing, definitely industrial looking. Some miscellaneous pieces. An air freshener with parts looking like some kind of vent cover. This wheel, which could be used for some kind of rotating turret or array. And a small plastic bottle. Various other assorted bits and pieces. Some interesting shapes. Some parts that could be used as panels. This Niviat container. More bits and pieces of plastic of unknown origin. Useful for various types of decoration. Lighters, some of which have been badly damaged. Some interesting parts in these which could be dismantled further. And here we come to the largest single type of rubbish, materials related to vapes. These were all cleaned and dismantled with gloves on, as many parts still contain nicotine. Nicotine is toxic and can be absorbed through the skin. First, there are the refill bottles, which can always be used as tanks and containers. The lids could be rockets or nose cones. And there are some other interesting parts. Now we have the vapes themselves. These range from pieces to damaged vapes to intact ones. These were dismantled, sometimes involving brute force, which sometimes damaged pieces. There are more tubes, again useful for pipes and guns. I have 2 of these. They could be paired up with bottles from earlier as some kind of industrial tanks. Lots more tubes and pieces useful as main parts, panels, surface decorations and more. Quite a lot of them have magnets. They're small and not very strong, but may have use. Lots of pieces useful for greebling, futuristic and industrial applications. There are a lot of pieces like this, unusually shaped parts that would make great surface greeblies. However, the material doesn't look suited for paint or glue. I may do some experimenting with that, but I also plan to experiment with moulding and casting as well. These could be ideal to practice on. They're all small and won't use up much silicone or resin when cast, so I'm keeping them for now. These small items, great for small greebling. More metal parts, with flat panels, small tube items and more. Finally, there are these pieces with batteries inside them. This one just has a small light attached, but this still looks to be a rechargeable battery. These ones actually have a connection for recharging, so they could be useful for power sources. These ones have a stronger construction. Then we have these things, which have digital displays built in. Some can be turned on. Others display when the terminals are connected. So, not only are they rechargeable, they have displays which possibly could be reprogrammed. Here we have it, a fair few parts picked up, all free though they did need cleaning and sometimes dismantling, with quite a few potential uses. Want to help support the channel? Then please like, comment, subscribe, share, join our Patreon, or buying through the Amazon or drive-thru links below helps support the channel at no cost to you.